Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a shock replacement on these Nissan 200SX. This is a 1987 Nissan 200SX V6. Basically we've got these shocks that are basically worn. They're original from the factory, so you can see what they look like. And as you can see, that's where they are. There's another one on this side here. Basically, this is it right there. And that's the shock that goes up to there. So I got some replacements I'm going to put on here as soon as I put them on. I'm going to take these off and try to replace these so you can see that process. Alright guys, so as me trying to pull this thing off, these things do not come off easy. So just so you know, best thing to do is to take out the actual piece that's in here to replace these things. And from here, what I did was I went underneath here, you know, with my looks like a 12. Once I was able to at least loosen it a little bit, you know, then you can kind of go from the top and loosen up the ball from here. And this way, this should come right out once this thing is all loosened up. Just be careful with, because there is a washer that's on there, so make sure to be very careful once it's all out that you don't lose the washer going down that way. All right. So I'm going to be doing this on this one side and then try to do a video for that side because I tried whacking it, and as you can see, it's all bent. But, you know, hey, you live and you learn, you know. They make this sound so easy with the aftermarket ones, but with the factory ones, they're not that easy. They're really, really stuck on there because they basically put them in and they screw these things in from the factory. So if you're going to be replacing these, good idea to do it. This way you have a much easier time to do this. If the aftermarket ones do fail on you, at least they're a little easier to put on than these. All right, I'll show you what the part numbers will be in a moment. All right guys, so I got the first one out, as you can see. There it is. These are the washers I was talking about. You know, just like I said, be careful, don't lose them. Because when you take the sucker out, you know, you got to make sure you don't lose those, you know, falling down in there. Right now I'm doing this one, the top one. So I got to be very careful not to let this thing come chopping down on me. Anyways, basically get, like I said, 12mm screw and just kind of slowly work your way out. You know, it's a pain, but you know, it'll do it. It's just kind of slowly but surely you'll get it on, you get it off. All right. Just so you can see, there's actually 3 washers on this guy here. I'm not sure if you can tell, but these 3 here, got that basically that one right there, that one, and this one actually had a third one, a gold one at the end. So again, be careful, try to replace those, try to keep those when you replace them. All right, so now comes the fun part, trying to figure out how does these things actually come off. So normally, you know, there's like a clip or something like that comes right off. This thing disengages easy. But as you can see, these things are built, looks like almost like inside this thing. I'm going to try to see if I can use some vice grips, try to replace this thing off. Yeah, apparently this is not going to be an easy task. If I can't replace, you know, if I can't keep these, I'm going to have to replace them and get new ones. All right, well, stay tuned. All right, guys, check this out. Just pop one out. Show you how I did it. Basically, you just lay one of these suckers down flat somewhere, take a regular hammer, stick the hammer piece in between there, make sure it's in good. All right, you just kind of make sure that is in, okay, and you just lift it up and we'll put it right out, just like that, guys. That's it. All right, then you have 2 of them. You know, obviously make sure you clean them up, maybe put some little bit of, you know, dielectric grease, not dielectric grease, just a little bit of lubricant on them, clean them up, polish them up, and put them back in. So you'll see the next process of me putting them in. I'm gonna do the next side next, and this is the old one. Yeah, that thing is gone. So bye bye, sorry Nissan. It's nice knowing you. Alright guys, so before I pop these suckers in, I just wanted to show you the ones I got. So I went with the Stabilus, Stabilus, Lift-O-Matic. That's the part number right there. You basically just buy two of them. You know, got these I believe from Rock Auto. They weren't that expensive. They're like, you know, maybe around 20 bucks, but that's the typical price for these things. So I think I got mine for a little less than that. They made 15 each, so it was like 30 bucks for the whole set delivered to my house. So this is the new one. That's the old one. You know, you just gotta make sure that this is the right length, and it looks like it is. These things have these little clips. Again, it makes it a lot easier to put these in. You gotta make sure you take out those clips, one there and one there, so you can, you know, install these really easily. It comes with a little manual thing, which, you know, I already done these before, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But you know, again, before we pop these in, I'm doing these one at a time, because you don't want to take both of them out, especially if you're doing this by yourself. You don't want to take both struts out. You take one out, you replace the other, so this way it holds up the trunk, and you know, you do the next one. So I'm going to be putting these on right now. Guys, so these are the polished up ones. I just cleaned them all off. You just have to inspect to make sure there are no cracks or anything on them. They're not going to give on you. So it looks like these are still pretty solid. I can reuse them. I'm just going to put, like I said, a little bit of grease on the threads, a little bit of grease on the ball. Makes it a little easier to pop in. And you always got to make sure you have your sets of washers, so make sure you put them in the exact same way they came out. Okay, I'm going to put them back in here, and then the one up here, and then we put our, you know, our new strut, lift support back in. All right, let's do that. All right, guys, and also just so you know, with this piece here, this little plastic piece does come off really easily, just so you know. Now, of course, there's a couple ways that this will look once you start putting this thing in. You know, you can take it out and have it where it's what they call, I call it like untucked, where it's just basically, or I should say tucked, where it's inside like that, and, you know, and the washer and everything goes in. Or, you know, it's on the outside, like the rings, the washers are on the outside. It's however you want to do it. You know, it's like almost like a Seinfeld episode. You want to tuck or untuck, that's up to you. But as you start tightening it, it will just basically start sinking in, and you know, that's it. So, you know, again, just makes it whatever is easier for you and your style. That's it. Alright, so I just popped out the little clips. I didn't go crazy. I didn't want to take out the whole entire thing. Just kind of pop it out a little bit. I did it on both sides, so you'll get to see. This just kind of goes right in there. It should just slide right in, just like that. And then the other one goes right in that hole. Now, of course, you may have to kind of lift the gate up a little bit, just in case you need to lift the gate up a little bit, just so it goes right inside that little pin down there. I kind of greased it up a little bit. All right, so let's try that and make sure it fits nice and snug in there. I'm gonna try to lift this up a little bit. If not, you may have to compress this a little bit just to kind of get this thing in there. So let's see. Good thing I bent the other one, because when my little stick falls down, hey, the drink is still open. So it's a little trick, just so you know, if you don't have another extra hands, just bend the one that you have. Alright, when installing these, just so you know, it's easier to do the bottom one, just because that's a pain in the butt to get in. I just snapped the little clip in, so it's in. It ain't budging nowhere. And now comes this piece here, which you kind of have to compress, because as you can see, it's not lining up exactly, because obviously the tension on this is really high. You know, it's also all the way jacked up, so I either have to have an extra person lift up the gate so I can try to fit this in, or try to compress this down. As you can see, I didn't take out the clip completely. I just left it just a little loose, so I can just easily slide this in and then snap on a lot easier. So sorry I didn't get you guys didn't see that, but basically holding two hands, compressing it down, you know, putting it towards me, compressing it down, and slowly putting it on there, I was able to snap it right in, and boom, this thing is installed and it's ready to go. It's that simple, guys. Whew! I wish I could say that a few minutes earlier, but that's it, guys. That's all it is. That's all it took. So now comes the other side on next. Alright, so got the other one off. It's actually, again, a lot easier now that we know what parts we need, tools we need to use. So that's the other side. Again, I kept the washers where they are, so I can keep them. And that's the other one. Now this one, I just realized, the other one didn't come with this, but it does give you these little extra pieces. I forgot to mention, and then washer, which again is helpful in case you lose that one. At least you have something in the package. My other one didn't come with it, but thankfully I don't have to use it. So, you know, with these brands, so again, I didn't have to use that, which is good. So now it just comes to us popping these out and getting these out. As you saw before, I'm going to do the same thing. And we take this sucker off just like this. Pop, just like that. Beautiful thing, so much easier. And again, guys, the reason I'm doing it off of the car, not on the car, is because I don't have to break anything on my car. You know, those plastic trim pieces are impossible I don't want to lose that. You know, they're impossible to replace. So with these old cars, you want to make sure you do the job right. You don't want to just hack it, or else you're going to crack things, all right? So take the time and just literally make sure you take these things off properly, like I'm showing you. Because again, you try doing this like while this thing is on the car, you're definitely going to crack something on there.